Diddy allegedly forced an employee of his rival clothing competitor ECKO to please him orally. What up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Keep sending those Cashapp to CLBMG. Yo, Diddy is going to either hell or jail or both. Diddy is indeed a monster. When I first read this story, I thought it was a little far-fetched. I was like, this is a little much. They're getting a little ridiculous with these lawsuits. It's about to get a little wacky. Until I got to the end and I realized, wait, they may have a case. Tony Busby is not taking cases that he cannot win. He is a lawyer out of Houston, Texas, that is formulating the lawsuits, and they're going to start being wacky lawsuits, gang. I'm just being honest. Diddy got a problem, but he's not taking lawsuits that he doesn't think he can win. A lawsuit has been filed charging that Diddy, when he was head of Sean John, who was rivals with ECKO. Y'all remember ECKO back in the day? The ECKO clothing line? They both have clothes in Macy's. So Macy's is getting sued along with Diddy for allegedly covering this up. So allegedly Diddy went and R-A-P-E-D, I don't want to say the word because they start to demonetize you and things like that, but he assaulted allegedly some plaintiff. Now I'm going to read this and we're going to have a discussion, but Diddy is really out here wilding, gang. A string of federal lawsuits out of Manhattan accused Combs, which is Diddy, of sexual attacks dating back to 1995. One alleges that Combs orally raped a worker for rival brand ECKO at the Macy's flagship store in 2008. The suit alleges that Macy's covered up the attack due to a multi-million-dollar deal with Sean John. Gang, this is crazy. The plaintiff alleges that he was orally raped by Combs while working in the stockroom. The plaintiff said he worked for ECKO, the rival clothing company, and was also carried by Macy's. On the day of the attack, Combs entered into the stockroom with 3 armed bodyguards. Sucker shit. Just on some sucker shit. One or more of the guards struck him, may have been pistol whipped, he alleges, causing him to fall to his hands and knees. The plaintiff said in the lawsuit that one or more of the bodyguards threatened to kill him. I'm going to come back to that in a minute. But the plaintiff said Combs demanded he perform oral sex on him, calling him by the name of the company he worked for, ECKO. So he's doing this stuff to him, calling him ECKO. He don't even know the guy's name. This sounds outrageous. I'm going to just be honest. It sounds like something somebody made up. But the problem is at the end. I'm going to tell you why this is a problem for Diddy. None of this stuff can be proven, first of all. But I'm going to tell you why this is a problem. So let me keep it moving. He proceeded to orally rape the plaintiff in what was described as a 2-minute attack. 2 minutes. The lawsuit alleges that after the assault, Combs grabbed an armful of Sean John merch from the stockroom, went out into the retail floor, and began passing out merchandise to an adoring crowd as if nothing ever happened. This is some psycho shit. I'm just going to be honest. The lawsuit accuses Macy's of quickly covering up the incident. The plaintiff reported it the same day. Now, that's the problem. He reported this to the company the same day. But there was no follow-up, and he was soon barred from the store. That's where they messed up. That's where they messed up. Approximately 3 weeks later, Terry Lundgren, CEO of Macy's, pressured ECKO executive to fire the plaintiff because Macy's had just signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Sean John Clothing. The plaintiff was eventually fired and told by ECKO that he could no longer live in his company-paid apartment in the city. ECKO was not named as a defendant in the lawsuit because they didn't do nothing. ECKO did nothing wrong. It was Macy's. The plaintiff believes the report of the assault was destroyed or otherwise purged from Macy's records, and no action was ever taken as a result of the report. He still fears for his life. Macy's and Lundgren did not immediately respond to reports for comment on the allegations, gang. Mr. Combs and his legal team have full confidence in the facts that their legal defenses and integrity of the judicial process, that truth will prevail. So I'm going to say this, gang. This is a case of nothing, but it also is a case of everything, because if he can show that he was fired or let go for improper means, they have a real problem, because then everything else is going to look like the truth. even if this guy is lying, if they randomly, after this thing allegedly, because he's going to have the date. It has to be a date that he was in that store giving out clothing. That has to be a record of that. So if they can pin that date to him being in that store, handing out clothes, and then this guy getting fired, they have to settle this out of court. I'm dead ass. There is no way that they are able to prove that this didn't happen. I'm going to tell you why. Because if he got fired, there are hundreds of sexual harassment cases that started and ended with the person getting fired. And they go back to, what did you fire them for? And if they can't prove that the person was fired for legitimate reasons, then the lawsuit sticks, the person wins the harassment case, and they get paid, and the company has to do all kind of nonsense to appease that case. This is a problem. At first, when you first hear like, he just bust in the stock room. He broke in the stock room with 3 guys on some and just like, yo, get down, do what you got to do, handle that. 2 minutes later, and he's out there throwing Sean John shirts across the room like bang, bang. Like, come on, bro. But then when you say he fired me and they kicked me out of my work-owned apartment is the problem. That's why Tony Busby took this case. There are 120 plaintiffs. This is just one. We are going to see madness. It is 60 males, 60 females, and people still calling. After they had those cases, they said they got 12,000 more calls. Diddy got a problem. Diddy will never, ever recover from this. Everything he ever had is gone. Diddy's not getting out of jail. I don't know what's going on in the world of fashion. Like with Sean John, they ain't busting on him. He ain't do that to no FUBU dudes. I can tell you that right now. For us, by us. Listen, he ain't coming in FUBU like that. Nah, not my gang. Listen, but listen, Diddy, I don't know what's going on, bro. This is why you're in prison, gang. This is why Diddy's in jail. You are out of control. And I don't like seeing nobody in jail unless they earned it. Really, really earned it. Diddy, I think we're starting to say you earned this, gang. You low-key earned this. You're not even one-on-one in guys. You're coming in with armed guards. And who are these armed guards? That's who we need to talk to next. I'm just going to be honest. Them armed guards got a problem. Those armed guards got a real problem. If you came in that stock room and you banged them in the head and you watched Diddy orally do whatever to this guy, you going to do about 10, 15 years right with him, gang. I'm just dead ass. If they can figure out who was on the payroll in 2008, which should be pretty easy, tax returns and everything else, they're going to figure out who those 3 armed guards were. The story sounds crazy, but if he's like, there were 3 armed guards, they're going to look back and say, he did used to walk around with 3 armed guards. Right? I'm just going to be honest, though, gang. This is just me, and I'm not trying to say this to be funny. I would not be allowed to tell that story. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not. You gotta shoot me, gang. We gotta tussle. We gonna tussle for a while. Diddy going out there to give out them clothes with his shirt ripped, his eye scratched, his face busted. Listen, all of us, 4 of us, we gonna have a whole problem in that stock room. I'm dead ass. I don't care what you hit me with. I better be completely asleep, because I ain't gonna remember what happened. I'm gonna be completely in a box. I'm not telling that story because it ain't gonna happen. I'm just sorry to tell you. I'm not going to be like, and then he made me. No, I'm just sorry. But listen, gang, let me know what you think in the comments. CLBMG, hit the like button, hit the share, subscribe to the channel. I really want to know what y'all think, man. Is Diddy really capable of this? Is this outlandish? Is this like a scam? Or do you think Diddy did something so egregious as to make a man do something like this, and 2 minutes later, he's out throwing Sean John hats, jeans, and watches out to people? Let me know. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.